Prepare yourself for rage fuel. This one's got it all, guys. Gaslighting, hypocrisy, projection of female traits on the man. You name it. This is by Manifestel. You're a feminist. Shouldn't it be Womanifestel? Anyway, let's get into this. This was directed to me by Josh R. Thank you, Josh. And we are going to go through the pain of more proof that women hate men. This is more proof of it.
It is so refreshing to see women all around the globe collectively wake up and
Around the globe. That's right. This is worldwide. This is all culture. All you passport bros. This is female nature worldwide. There's no special girl out there for you.
give up trying to teach men basic human consideration, basic human decency. It is
I'm going to translate. What she means, we're through teaching men to be total slaves. These men wants to trade with us as if they're equals to us. That's what she's saying.
so refreshing to see women own their power as the limiting factor to the continuation of our species.
There it is. It's all about power and dominance, right? What I say about projection. Patriarchy doesn't exist. It's their word to project what women want from men. They're about power and dominance, right? That's what it is. And by the way, this woman is the reason why I'm glad I was born a man, because her whole existence is being female. That's it. My existence as a person does not revolve around my sex alone. My sex is just a part of it. If our sexes were erased, she would take her own life. She'd have nothing to live for. So thank God I was born a man.
How we can end lineages by opting out. How we can literally end ethnicities by opting out.
Well, there's nothing racist about that. If you want to know who's more racist in the genders, it's women. Now, I want you to hear that, you guys, because if this woman basically saying that if they want to stop seeing Hispanic men, they'll just wipe you out. This isn't just men. She's saying women have this opting power, and they don't care how destructive they are. They are willing to destroy other people to exercise power. See, so that's why I keep saying it. There is no patriarchy. It's a matriarchy.
How women's disappearance from private life can be a catalyst for change.
What does she mean by that? From private life. These women still have private lives. Translation, women who are not dealing with men, but that's always been the case. In the past, when women dealt with men, they were forced to. But this woman is showing how women feel. They never wanted to deal with us guys, ever. And it's through the technology that men built and invented that these women can finally show us their true feelings. This woman, she's showing women's true feelings. Look, there is a range women feel towards men. At the positive range, it's complete indifference. At the dark end of the range, it's her. But there's no opposite to her. There are no YouTube channels online with women praising men and how much they love men and that they can't wait to get together and work a second job to attract a man. That doesn't exist. Okay?
For far too long, we have made ourselves too available, too agreeable, too accommodating.
No. What she means is far too long, women have had to pretend that they like men in order to use men. Now the machines have taken over, right? Now they can finally show us their true colors openly.
Too good. And men, the automatic drainers of feminine energy.
This is complete projection. Who pays for the date? So a man wants to get together with a woman. He scours all of his place to get a date. He pays for everything, and then she ghosts him. No. This is projection. manifestal. I'm not going to call you that. You're womanifestal to me. I'm not going to give you the glorious term of maledom. No, that's our word. No. You are a drain to men, and you're doing it now.
They neglected, mistreated, drained, and discarded us. And we're no longer putting up with it. Hey,
This is bullshit. Discard it. Guys, go to any dating site, right? It's at least 3 men to 1 woman. Oh, probably a lot more, right? They're the ones who are doing the discarding. So she's just lying, period.
hey, bestie. Welcome to the Spoiled Girly Support Group podcast where we talk
They're even openly admitting what they are. Spoiled girl podcast. That's right.
about how to get that bag while also securing your own bag. I'm your host, Elle, and let's get into it. On today's episode, we are talking about what happens when women give up on men, specifically the Korean 4B movement.
Now let's see what it is. Before being movement, let's see. It's a feminist movement, right? And I'm not going to give you the bullshit because that's bullshit there. Started 2018, and the Koreans men's rights movement started 2019. So again, why is it always after the women? Because the women are at war with men. Women shoot the first volley, and then the men react. A lot of the guys complain that men are reactive. Of course we're reactive because we're not at war with women. They're at war with us. They're the ones who hate us. Men adore women. And women hate men just for being ourselves, right? And by the way, everyone, it can be done, but as far as I can see, Korea is the only place that this has happened so far. The only place, right? So let's get more into more gaslighting and lies.
And if it's radical or just plain old common sense. But
Hey, see, common sense. I agree with that in so much as that it's not radical. Women have always felt this way. Because guess what, guys? Every country that goes from third world to first world, you'll see a feminist movement pop up, right? So this is female nature. When she says common sense, what it means is this is female nature. And I agree with that. It's nothing radical. This is what you are, you scumbag. What's your name? Womanifestel. I'm not going to call you manifestel. You don't deserve that.
before we get into it, I need you to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you never miss a Spoiled Girly episode.
And you know something? This girl has 156,000 subscribers, right? So all you guys that go on about good girls, well, the bad girls, there's tons of them. And guess I'm going to repeat it. Where's the female out there with 156,000 sub or more that say how much she loves men, right? Who isn't controlled opposition, who doesn't turn out to be a faker, right?
With that being said, let's get into it.
Have you guys heard of the 4B movement in South Korea? The women of South Korea's 4B movement aren't fighting the patriarchy. They're leaving it behind entirely. There's been a small but growing women's movement in South Korea in response.
This is just a hate movement, right? Why is it small? Because most women are still happy using their men. There are no good women over there, right?
To widespread cases of femicide, revenge, and dating violence, and a surge.
There is no femicide. That's a total attack on men. No, there is no case where women are being murdered for being women. None whatsoever.
In spy cam crimes, overwhelmingly committed by, you already knew. And the fact that all of these crimes mostly resulted in slaps on the wrist, like.
Know why they got slaps in the wrist? Because they ended up not being crimes. Know what happens, guys? A guy is probably in a public space filming something, and a woman gets in the shot, and then she falsely accuses him, right? That's what's happened there. Oh, by the way, black woman. This young lady over here who isn't black talked about getting rid of ethnicities. So if they decided that they want to get rid of black men, that means they're going to get rid of black women. They're going to erase you. Right.
Fines and suspended jail sentences if they were prosecuted at all. And so protesters in South Korea went ham. And several women's movements were created in response, like the 4B movement.
I don't know what this way she's going about it, where she blinks in and out. Supposedly it's smart editing or something.
B is shorthand. Bihan is the refusal of a heterosexual marriage. Bichulsan is the refusal of childbirth.
Okay, this is, by the way, something that they're blaming men for. It's probably these women's mothers getting on their case. These women's mothers are getting old. They want a man to look after them because they know their daughter isn't. And so she says, I want grandchildren. I want grandsons. So someone will look after me, right? So this is something that's brought on by women to women, and women, of course, what? They blame men for it. That's the hatred that men get.
Yeon, damn, my Korean is good, is saying no to dating. And bisexual is the rejection of heterosexual relationships.
Yeah, but at the same time, these women weren't interested anyway. There's nothing special about this. Like I said, go on any dating app. Now, I was wrong to say 3 to 1. It's probably like 20 men to 1 woman, right? Women aren't interested in dating men anyway. So it's just natural. So there's nothing special going on here. They're just voicing what women think anyway.
Many in the 4B movement believe this is the only path with which Korean women today can live autonomously. In their view, Korean men are essentially beyond redemption.
What they're saying is, if they shack up with a guy, he'll expect a quid pro. I'm screwing that one up, guys. He'll expect a trade, right? He'll expect something in return. So when she says autonomous, she means woman gets everything.
Where have I heard that before? And Korean culture on a whole is hopelessly patriarchal and often downright misogynistic. While
misogynistic is the N-word. It's an N-word for men, right? It means non-worship. This guy, he acts like he's a human being who's my equal. That's what it means.
4B adherents may hope to change society. They are not trying to change the men whom they view as their oppressors. That's why.
If they're not trying to change men, then how can they change society? Genius, right? Men, this is a patriarchy, right? Men build the society. Are you girls going to take it? No. Right. You're not going to take on our gender roles. Every woman who says that should be shipped off to an oil rig or down into a mine and say, okay, it's time for you to do what men do. Take over. Show us what the matriarchy is capable. I'll be here in the cafe drinking a latte. You go ahead. Have fun in the sewers.
I love this movement because they said, you know what? We sick and tired of trying to talk to y'all and get y'all to wake up and get on the right side of history. So you know what? We just not gonna fuck with y'all.
You might be.
Well, there's a lot of single moms. So this isn't new. This has been going on for generations. So, like I said, this is just women acting like they always do and pretending that they're doing something different.
Thinking South Korea.
And again, black lady, look forward to having no more black women around when this racist young lady here wipes out your ethnicity.
Like the land of K-pop and skincare.
Yeah, there you go. This is strange, right? All those women who supposedly cut their hair short, right? There they are with the long hair and looking at skincare. And what are they doing? They're doing what women do. They dance and show themselves off. Right. This isn't funny. You are simply a bunch of gaslighters, lady. You're a disgusting, subhuman gaslighter, is what you are. I look at you and think, I'm glad I wasn't born your gender. I'm glad I'm so much more human than you are, because I'd never do this to another person. I'd never hate on another group the way you do. You have to have a sick mind The closest a man might be is if we become white nationalists. That's the closest we'll be to what the common woman is right here.
Yeah, they're
And
doing.
again, see, I just want to show you. So let me just double check here. Yeah, here. They say women publicly turn away from societally imposed beauty standards by cutting their hair short and going barefaced. Is that what this young lady's doing? No, so that's a lie. Is this woman here not wearing makeup and wearing her hair long? Right. So they're just gaslighting and bullshitting. They're LARPing.
Doing this. Like, the 4B movement is so far removed from our Western perspective of South Korea, but how did this even happen? Well, it all started with a book.
Yes, I'm going beyond this. It didn't start. It starts when men finally increase society. When men are the ones who move society to the point where it's comfortable and safe in first world, that's when it happens. That's when it happens. So men create, and then women attack men for it. That's what's going on. So I'm getting past this bullshit. I'm not going to subject you guys to this gaslighting. Let's get on. Oh, this one's important. This young woman here coming up is going to show again just how women feel about men.
Any worse.
I think it's so funny that Korean women are so done with Korean men that they're literally just deciding to die out. Y'all heard of
She finds it funny that women are willing to die out, right? This woman is expressing the female mindset. Dominance over society comes before survival. I'm going to repeat that. Dominance over society comes before survival. And that's why women should not be in charge of society in any way or form.
4B movement. I'm a big fan. Korean women literally just gave up on their men. They're like, they're not gonna change, so we're all gonna go extinct. Which they literally are, by the way. Korea has like the lowest birth rates in the world.
Yeah. So all these male tradcons go on about birth rates. We're in trouble, right? We're all dropping. And this woman showing what the attitude of women are. I'm the one who's in charge. Giving birth is a lot of work. Looking after children's work. I don't do work. I'm a female. I'm part of the gender bourgeoisie. I'm not working for a living. That's what you guys are for. So you guys go on to work and work for me. Right. That's her attitude. And this attitude you're seeing is so common among women that you can't say it's not a part of female nature.
It's like really bad. But I just think that's so funny. That's also very Korean. Like Korean as an ethnicity is about to go away, and Korean.
You find it funny that women are exterminating themselves and their society and their ethnicity will disappear and their culture will disappear. That's funny to you. That's great to you. So this woman doesn't care about other people. She doesn't care about culture. She doesn't care about, archaeology or architecture, construction, anything worthwhile, any real creation. These women do not create shit, by the way. Giving birth to babies is not creation. That's a biological, event that needs a man to make it happen. These women are anti-creationist in the form. I don't mean the religious creationists. They are destructive.
Women are literally just like.
Let's get into the comments.
The truest example of standing on business.
They really said, boy, bye. Women,
Treat us like humans or we won't make any men.
and then men say,
Feminism is the problem.
get bent.
Well, those men are pathetic because feminism is not the problem. It's just a symptom. That's like someone getting sick and saying the fever's the problem. I said, no, the fever's not the problem. It's a symptom of a sick body. Feminism is just a symptom of female nature. One where they don't want to work for a living. They They hate men for no good reason. And they don't care about babies or society. That's another thing. All this idea, guys, that women are natural nurturers, they sell off their children in a heartbeat for their own, right? That's why they abort them, right? Well, that's why they give them up for adoption. That's why they decide not to have them, right? That's why they abuse them, right? That's why they check the father out and gain child support, even though it's unhealthy for the child. Women are not about the child. They're about themselves.
Exactly. So this brings us to if the 4B movement is even a radical idea or if
No, it isn't. It's not a radical idea. This is just what women are.
it's just plain common sense. That when men mistreat the women that they're with, isn't
When they
it
say mistreat, that means they don't submit 100%, right? They expect something in return.
just common sense that women wouldn't want to be with men anymore? Like,
Well, women never did. If they did, you'd never see this.
A lot of people have a lot to say about Korean feminism.
Now, this is a male feminist. He's a loser. Let's see. I'll just skim by him. He will bring up a gaslighting book, right? Here we are.
How severe Korean patriarchy used to be was Please Look After Mom by Shin Kyung-soo. Aside from the main plot, which is about a family's struggle to search for their lost mother, the book describes the married life of the mother and the father, and it's set only, 2 generations away from my generation. And the patriarch in this portrayal doesn't work all that much, if at all.
Okay, this is a lie. How are they paying their bills? The woman's not. Is this a case where the woman is working, the man sitting at home? No, I don't think so. I suspect is the man works, comes home, and then he says, I'm done with my work. I did my portion. You keep up your end. That's what's going on here. Well, as you can see, South Korean men work themselves to death. They say South Koreans, but it's men, right? So a mere 2 generations ago, they weren't working themselves to death? No. Men have always, this guy's full of shit. Now, this woman is getting in the comments, and these women are not necessarily all a part of the same group. They come from all over the world, and they're going to prove again and again what the average woman thinks, because there'll be no women that are talking the complete opposite of this, okay?
comments?
4B movement is the direct consequence of Korea's rampant misogyny and patriarchal system.
It's not radical, it's common sense.
The 4B
Thank you for admitting that. Like I said, it's just natural to women.
movement should be worldwide.
It is worldwide, dipshit. It is worldwide. Feminist comes up every time a man finally achieves a proper society.
Apparently it is. Women have been leaving men behind. We just didn't have a name for it.
I'm in the 4B movement and didn't know it. Gave up on all of that on my own.
See, I'm in the 4B movement and didn't even know it. See, so there is no separate feminism from women.
As someone who doesn't date, I gotta tell y'all, it's not hard at all. It's been nearly 20 years with no relationship and I'm Gucci. I'm Mark.
Yeah, so when women say they're virgins or they don't do without men, it's a brag, right? Men, it's the opposite, right? Because it's all about validation. They're in charge. They are the upper class, right? So it's men who supposedly need validation from women, right?
Already in the 4B movement without even knowing it. I've been single and not dating and chaste for 2 years now.
There you go. Again, right?
I've been living the 4B movement and I didn't even know it. I'm here for all of it. Yo,
See, they say it over and over again. I didn't even know it.
I'm in 4B movement for 29 years. For the last 7 years, I do it intentionally and I'm so free. This is amazing. Single
Yeah, I'm doing it intentionally. So she's basically saying my nature has always been a man hater, right?
celibate and child free. I've been on the 4B movement.
And
Yeah, child free is freedom. That's right. These women do not like babies. There is no motherly instinct.
I think the closest thing that we have,
But they will argue that when they want to estrange a man from his child.
as popularized on social media is the decenter men movement. Like everyone is on
No,
the
no, no. It's not decenter man at all. Like I said, this is gaslighting. I'll skim through. I'll see if there's anything else. But I put you guys through enough of this horseshit from this evil person. I can say it. This is an evil person. Period. Okay, there is something more important here.
movement. Like everyone is on the decenter men movement right now. And us spoiled girlies, we have been talking about decentering men in the spoiled girly support group. So that's the vibe right now in the West. And honestly, it really is the bee's knees. I cannot recommend it enough. Decenter men, center yourself, and create a life of your own design. Even if
That's what women do, lady. They've always done that. Women have always used men. 1960s, they were leeching housewives while men worked.
it sometimes means that it includes a man.
There you go. She see these women, they're LARPers, right? This woman who's got makeup and long hair, she wants to attract men, right? She wants a male servant.
Okay, that's the nuance. And I want to talk about the policing that women get, the lover girls, the policing that they get when they express that they want to have male partnership, male
Who does the policing? Other women, right? Right. Guess what? She's going to blame men for that.
companionship. Like we already talked about it here, how it's okay to hate being single and you're not a lesser woman for wanting to be with a man, even though the vibe right now is decenter men. But let's talk about what I've been observing.
So this is what decentering means. It means the man he's going to revolve around you. You're the center of the universe. These women want men to use. This is the evil and the hatred, right?
Like the decentering men, loving being single, remaining single forever, we're making it into another prescription that women have to live by. And if you don't live by it, you're a bad woman, you're aggressive, you're this and that. Like, where have we seen that before? And it happens every time there is a women's movement. We pit.
Yeah, it happens. Some women who don't want to deal with men at all want every other woman to do what she does because she's slopsistic, right? I am the, what do you call it? The mold for every other woman, right? See, these selfish creatures can't see beyond themselves whatsoever.
One celebrated female archetype against all other women. Like, isn't that still patriarchal?
No, it isn't, asshole. No, it isn't, you gaslighting piece of garbage. It's not patriarchal. Those are women doing it to other women. Men didn't make you do shit. We peasants we're not going to be blamed for you, upperclassmen fighting with one another, right? I told you, everything about this video is hatred towards men. It's gaslighting. It's LARPing as someone who's doing something for themselves, right? Or I should say, for doing something for the first time. And it's projection of their evil onto us. If you're a man, don't think you'll ever stoop to the evil that women do. Sorry. But this person here is a complete subhuman. She is beneath me. I would never do this to another group of people like she does here. If someone accuses you of being a woman hater, I would say, go ahead, hate these terrible people. Black men are allowed to hate the KKK and the white nationalist, and we are allowed to hate people who are this evil and hate us for no other reason than we were born. So that's the attitude you should have from now on. I hope people all these women worshipers come and see this video and say, look at this person's right here. She's a representative of the common average woman. Nasty, ungrateful, using, hateful. There's nothing good I can say about this person. There's nothing. Anyway, we'll end it here.